Spanish, since it's my language. And it is a little bit of an act. At the beginning of this year, I started teaching a course on biopolitical change for the Department of Political Science by presenting my students two pieces of information. On the one hand was the social unrest caused by political decisions related to increasing fees and budgetary cuts for higher education in the United Kingdom. On the other hand, a lecture by Sir King Robinson, that you will easily find on YouTube, about the importance of creativity in changing paradigms of education across the globe. Although apparently unrelated to the main topic of conflict and revolutionary ideologies that I was supposed to be teaching in this class, my goal, was to bring my class into the perspective to understand subtle forms of violence that happen to affect us every day, and that by the same token, pervade our institutions and values. Any initiative against education, it is a form of violence because they neglect a population for the integral development of their capacities and strip them from a voice to speak up against power if it's necessary. The events in London happened a few months ago when a financial crisis touched the wealthy, really wealthy British society. The students protesting were not poor people. Generally, they are not. But you don't have to be living in poverty, in abject poverty, to claim rights that are constitutional. Sir Ken Robinson became a knight, what means that he's wealthy in 2003, for the services to education in Britain. He is wealthy, of course, and he's part of the upper class of England, something that does not desensitize him from pointing out the problems that will hamper the future to make future generations to make the ends meet. In fact, both the students and academics are the jewels of the problem. What are they? They are the hopes, their expectations, the future. They have the same concern that several decades ago had Mahatma Gandhi when he was bringing about claims during the Indian independence in the 1940s. And he said that poverty is the worst form of violence. When we don't get education, we are somehow condemned to repeat poverty. The contrast to the Jews in the US came spontaneously from my students. They were burdened by debt, working extra hours, with parents in difficulties to pay their education. Many others, without much relation to the crisis, found the claim even compelling, legit, as they say. Today's economic difficulties should not be confused with the learning experience of having a job, or the values attributed to the economic autonomy. This crisis is full of the vicious greed that we prized during the 80s across the globe, and still today cause impact for the growing expectations of easy money regardless of any collateral damage that it may cause. Probably we should start pricing the people that actually work on our best interests and make public the offenses of the wealthy majority. Many of my students understood the protests in London as an example of how the government claims to create laws that are good for us. That's the claim. But that crippled instead the youth for the rat race that has become the job market. In the last State of the Union address, President Obama emphasized the word competitiveness. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if he made it up. It's competitiveness. As a new American value and unquestionable virtue to get out of this mess. It was compelling. However, it seems to us, the grown people, requesting advice for job creation, including, for instance, the high-tech CEOs, the same that profit from Wall Street in the crash in 2008 and those who caused the bubble in late 1990s. We still prize the greedy for the supposed expertise. The problem of competitiveness to become the engine of economic recovery is how does no longer rely on creativity. Sir Ken Robinson calls the decline in our capacity to burgeon thinking, which is the fabric of creativity. For him, creativity is what creates value out of what we make, what we produce with our hands, with our brains. Today, students pursue a grade and the credentials for getting into a good job, probably no longer for the satisfaction of their own real interests. Faculty across the globe is trapped in a cycle of cookie-cutting production that reflects moral fascination with quantity and immediate gratification instead of a real capacity for creativity. Creativity is in crisis and no longer legitimizes academic work. That's a very unfortunate truth. Sarah McWilliams recently asked the right questions, in my opinion, regarding this love affair with competitiveness. What is our purpose at the end of the day? Is it worth the purpose? What energies are worth devoting or not devoting to its pursuit? We should start to think in a creative form. I'm sure you will do. The same that in the past made this country flourish. A provisional answer is that we should start asking ourselves what really motivates us and how to pursue these dreams. That is the beginning of every valuable effort, and it is what bringing us together today. Today, the beginning is today, I hope, I'm certain about it, is the beginning of the rest of our lives. And we should praise institutions that provide us with the cognitive and intuitive tools to escape the growing gap between rich and poor. We have to thank our parents, mine are not here, who made unspeakable efforts to offer us something that probably they couldn't get or even dream about. That's important. We should praise them. Today we are humbled by your example. Your tenacity opened us for a path in the richest society at this moment. We also praise our professors, of course, who provided thoughtful insights in order to be productive, competitive, and determined to achieve our goals. I would like to praise somebody particularly, and I'm very happy that she's here, who happens to are very confident on the students of this university and also on the future that we are opening up every day. And especially she's been very kind with the foreign students. Dr. Karen, thanks because you are conscious of all these things. I think I'm not talking about something that is not Dr. Karen, thanks for the initiatives that will make education in your do start here. With your efforts, you make our creativity flourish, and that's remarkable. Professors also gift us with a precious tool, critical thinking. It will help us to act ethically and discern what is good and bad for societies and ourselves. My hope is that after studying at Virginia Tech, we will honor those values that we learned. We will practice them. We will practice our skills consciously, with devotion for society. It should be also to stand up and speak up when it's necessary. And it should